Hi everybody, I'm Ellen Gormley and welcome back to my channel. Today I am reacting to a vintage crocheting and knitting book. This one is by Better Homes and Gardens and I have no idea where it came from, but I found it in my closet and it said, hey, 10 cents. So it must have been from a yard sale or something, but I have no idea. I know it's not my mom's because she would have put her name in it because she had a wonderful habit of putting her name in every book she ever owned. Anyway, this one is Better Homes and Gardens, Crocheting and Knitting, 50 plus projects for your home. So this is hilarious because it's 1977, which doesn't really seem like it should be vintage, but okay, let's face it, it kind of is. Anyway, my first thought is, oh my gosh, 50 patterns. Look how skinny this book is. There's 50 patterns in this book. How is that possible? So, and crocheting and knitting together, that would never fly these days. People are so divided about either crocheting or knitting, but having them both in the same book doesn't happen anymore, or at least not often. Anyway, so look at this. No pictures. No pictures. Okay, here's a picture. Look at this great 70s typeface. Very beautiful Afghan. Lovely. So funny. Okay, so the things that I looked at that made me think I have got to talk about this on camera is there's like one picture for every project. Just one. Maybe a diagram, like a placement diagram. No symbol diagrams, of course. But this is a this is a crochet blanket. Lots of yarn. That must have taken lots of yarn. Anyway, at first I thought that they didn't use the measurements, but then I found that it was in the romance section and not like in the informational section. Often they used the actual color name in the pattern. So they would say with green or with yellow rather than color A or color B. Sometimes they used the actual company yarn, but sometimes they didn't. Now look at this. Look, there's a Tunisian pattern, and they call it Afghan Stitch, which I think I might actually make this one with you guys one day because I think it would be really fun. So it's basically Tunisian simple stitch, and then they cross-stitched over it, and here's the cross-stitch diagram. So this is the closest that you'll get to an actual symbol diagram in this book. But look, it's like all the projects. This is the whole project. Is this it? Like where's the instructions? Is that it? That's it. That's the instructions. Of course that's knit. But it's hilarious. It's like the pattern is as long as the romance. That's the whole pattern. That's it. Like hardly any instructions at all. That's so funny. Okay, so let's see if we can find another crocheted one. So here's one. So a crocheted vintage tablecloth, really gorgeous, big mandala motifs. Maybe I'll make one of those too. And then here is the instructions right here, these two columns. That's it. And then this one here is already another project. So the instructions are very densely spaced. They don't place any row counts or stitch counts at the end of each row. Like these days, like it's an accepted practice that every time you increase or change the number of stitches, you put the stitch count at the end of the row. So if you're working evenly, then you don't need to put the number of stitches at the end of the row or round. But if you change the number of stitches either up or down, then you need to put the new count there. So there's no counts in this at all. So bedspread cotton thread 4 cord, 650 yards, 650 yard balls, 7 white. Okay, so doesn't tell you what brand, but that's okay. This one's knitted, lovely, lovely. But there's like, also, they'll have like multiple projects in one photo, and then that's it. No other photos. So it's like which one goes with which. You just have to match it to the item. But look, let's see. Here's the coral coaster, round 4. 14 yards, 3-ply coral jute, size I crochet hook. So no millimeters listed. Form a ring. How do you get to round 4? How do you get to round 4? I think maybe it was like the same as one of the other ones. No. Oh, okay, here it is. Is this it? Directions. The round jute placemat. Round 1, round 1. Oh, round 2. There it is. Round 3, round 4. They really packed it in here. Here's round 5. Here's round 6. Where I would start each round with its new a new line for each one. It is packed in there like all like a run-on sentence. Round 1, round 2, round 3. So funny. Okay, and lots of periods in the middle of the sentences. These days we don't really put periods in the middle of an instruction. All right, so just some fun stuff. I just thought it was kind of hilarious. Country style crocheted placemats. Look how bulky and thick that is. Oh, but this one does say Coats and Clark's Craft and Rug Yarn. So funny. For your bedroom, here's a whole bunch of pillows, and then on the next page it tells you just that's the only photograph you get. And so you have to find which one you want by 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it has small ecru pillow. That's the other thing I noticed. It's like they don't come up with like colorful creative names like, you know, the driftwood pillow or the, you know, amber sunset pillow. It's like natural jute pillow, natural string pillow, spice colored pillow. It's filet pattern bed coverlet. Like how many of those are there in the world? So it's not even a unique like title. It's just a description of what the item is. So if you were to look up filet bedspread on a database, you'd find like thousands of them. But like it's just, there's no descriptive flowery title for the projects. Look at this. This is interesting. Crocheted Bed Canopy or Valance. So crib coverlet, they called it. The coverlet on the chair and the coverlet on the bassinet. Isn't that funny? Like I would be tempted to say like, oh, rainbow sherbet zigzag, rainbow, you know, dusty rainbow, pastel rainbow, you know, chevron. But no, it's the coverlet on the chair. So that really cracks me up. So I like how they incorporated a lot of other crafts. So there's like knitting and crocheting. We saw like cross stitch back on that Tunisian pattern. Here's some embroidery techniques on this knitted throw. So, you know, even some instruction on how to do that. This is the extent of their diagram is kind of hilarious. So anyway, here, turn it this way and turn it that way. So, but I want to get to the final one at the end and then show you what that's like. So here's some crochet instruction. Oh, this is a rag fabric crochet, rag rug. So lots and lots of words and not so many photographs. Lots and lots of words. So I can see where it would be really easy to get lost in all the words. Okay, and then here at the end, look at this. Look at this masterpiece. It reminds me of my all-call blanket here, and I swear I don't remember ever seeing this book before, but so I took my 50 squares that I taught in my book, Go Crochet Afghan Design Workbook, which you can get in the United States signed from me at ellengormley.com. But also on Amazon if you're from outside of the United States. Inside of the United States, I'll even sign it for you. Just a little plug there. So look at this. So they have like descriptions of each of the squares so that you can then find it like in the instructions. But look, so this is their attempt, or not attempt, I shouldn't say that. This is what was accepted practice back then for symbol diagrams. It's like, it's just a color diagram. It's not the stitches, it's just markings for what color is used. So also, I read this one a little bit through and it cracked me up because let's see if I can find the notes. Okay, so here's the whole section for the borders down here. Let's see, borders down here. Make each border round a different color. Rounds 1, 2, and 3. Work 3 double crochet in every third stitch along edges. Okay. And then 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet in each corner. Okay then, so no counts, very not specific at all, very, very general. So just make 3 different colors and put them around. Whip stitch the rest of the squares according to the diagram in the same manner. Add as many borders as desired to edge the Afghan by working in the same manner as described for borders around center motif squares. Okay, but it just really cracked me up how it was just so casual and flexible. So if squares do not fit as desired, simply add another row of double crochet. I just think that is so awesome because so much of crochet really should be like that. You know, just make it work. It's your own creation. It doesn't have to be perfect. If the project, you know, your final row is supposed to be, you know, 824 stitches, but you have 823, it's like not a tragedy. It's not a big deal. It's okay. Just finish it off. Nobody's going to notice that you're missing 1 stitch. And so I really liked that. Oh, here's Filet. And so look at this, the Filet diagram. This is for the piece on the back, and it's only half because it's symmetrical. So you don't need to see the whole thing. It only gives you half. So anyway, I thought it was just really fun to look at, and I am going to be attempting a pattern out of this book to show you on a video coming up. I have no idea which one I'm going to attempt. I started one already, and because there were no stitch counts, I was having a little bit of trouble, but I'm not going to tell you which one it was. So we'll see what happens. But that is me reacting to a vintage crochet and knitting book. So I will see you on the next video. Bye.